Remember how earlier we got you to sign up for a Bitbucket account? Well, it turns out GitHub has a students offer which lets students use GitHub services for free. So in this video, we'll guide you through setting up a GitHub account. First, let's visit education.github.com/pack and sign up for the service. To sign up for the student pack, you'll have to register with your .edu email to request for a discount. If you don't have one, just sign up for a regular account. The main difference you'll see with a regular free account is that you can only create public repositories. I'm not a student, so I'll go ahead and sign up for a regular GitHub account at github.com. Great. Now that we have a GitHub account, let's go ahead and create a repository for our project. Here, I'm giving my repository a name. I'll call it what time is it -Fadil and give it a short description and say create repository. Great. GitHub is kind enough to provide us some quick next steps to hook up our repo to this GitHub repo. Here, it gives you the commands to run to push an existing repository to GitHub using the command line. Let's copy these and run them. GitHub is asking for your username and password here. Let's put it in and push our code to GitHub. Excellent. It'll be quite cumbersome though to have to input your GitHub username and password every time you want to push our code to GitHub. So let's get it to push to GitHub over SSH instead of HTTP. Go back to our GitHub page and click on the SSH button to get the SSH link to this repo. Now, we'll go back to our console and update the origin to use this SSH link instead. We'll say git remote set URL origin and paste in the link we copied. Now, let's try push again. It asks if we'd like to continue connecting. Say yes, and it says here permission was denied. Looks like we'll need to add our SSH keys onto our GitHub account so it knows that we are who we say we are. You can find your SSH keys in the .ssh folder in your home directory. Let's try listing that directory. Say ls:/.ssh. The tilde sign is a shortcut in Unix to your home directory. Now you'll see a bunch of files in that directory. Your public key is found in the file id_rsa.pub. To view the contents of that file, we can do more ~/ssh/id_rsa.pub, which will output the content of the file onto your console. Let's copy that entire output. Let's go back now to our GitHub page. Click on the settings link on the right sidebar and click on the deploy keys link on the left menu. Click on the add deploy key on the top right and then give your key a title. I'll call it Fadil Cloud9 so I know that this key is from my Cloud9 IDE. Then I'll paste in the SSH key that I copied earlier and click on add key. If you did it right, you'll see your new key in the list of deploy keys. Our GitHub account should now recognize our Cloud9 IDE and let it push to the GitHub repo. Let's try pushing again. Go back to our console and run git push origin master, which just means push our repo's master branch, which is the branch we're on now, to origin, which is the GitHub repo we just set up. It'll ask if you'd like to continue connecting, so we'll say yes. And it'll tell you that it added GitHub to the list of known hosts, and it says everything is up to date. Yay! Now we should be able to push to our GitHub repo without having to input a username or password anymore. In the next video, we'll set up a Heroku account so we can test out our app on a real live server.